because, as I said, OBS is buggy as hell. And let's see if that worked. And that worked. Okay, we have audio. And we can start on Dementia Radio. And recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast, brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice.
Hey, Luke Ski.
We have Craig Marks with us.
Hi, Craig.
Hey.
I accidentally clicked off the screen, but the title of this week's episode is Sassy Authority Move. So this is episode 607 of the Funny Music Podcast for February 3rd, 2022. Chris should be joining us at some point, but he's not here at the moment. But we do have Craig, so we do have either a power or a salad, whichever half of the band he is. I'm not sure if he's the power or the salad.
I'm a couple letters in power and a couple letters in salad. It's like we're Sal.
Like your pausa or...
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Wordad. I don't know. Werlad. I don't know. I can't do that in my brain without writing it down in my thing. Okay, so welcome to the show. OBS can stream multiple places at once. Didn't know that. Yes, it can. Well, I'm streaming to OBS I'm streaming to Twitch from OBS. I'm streaming to Dementia Radio from Audio Hijack. My setup here is stupidly complicated, but it works. If anyone wants a breakdown or a rundown on how things I have set up, let me know. I'd be happy to go over it. But now is not the time. Now is the time for this.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, with the reminder that you do not need to talk about anything you don't want to talk about, what have you been up to?
Well, just doing things, hanging out places. I am reporting from the Animation Pavilion at Disney's California Adventure, and with me is the lovely Stephanie Wild, rocking her Disneyland ears. So,
hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph.
And we have a Chris now. Hi, Chris.
So, are you guys able to hear what I'm saying, like, amid all of the crazy music here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, I'm just making my quick cameo appearance, and then I'm going to take off just because, me and Steph are at a theme park at the moment. So, basically, I needed to relay a bit of funny music news, which is, unfortunately, Knuckleheads needed to cancel for MarsCon. Oh, thank you, Stephanie, for putting my Ahsoka ears on while I was delivering that news. So Steven and Jax aren't going to be able to make it to MarsCon. So after having some discussions with Kyle and Lindsay, I decided to make TV's Kyle and Linzilla the music guests of honor for MarsCon 2022.
Oh. That I spoke to Kyle yesterday. That explains things. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
he didn't fill me in on that, but okay.
Yeah, so with the forthcoming nominations for the Logan Awards, we'll find out who gets nominated, so that we might potentially have some people showing up who will perform in some of these slots I have left to fill. So coming around middle of February. I'll be filling out the rest of the roster of who's going to be performing. All the other performers, as of right now, are still all planning to be there. But yeah, it's like for the sake of just wanting to let the people at MarsCon promote the con, as quickly and accurately as possible. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go with Kyle and Lindsay. so that we can just make that change and then boom and like keep rolling with promoting the convention. So anyway, so that's the news on that. And I think I'm going to get going, and next week I'll fill in on other things that have been going on. But yeah.
Okay.
So yay, Power Salad music, yay!
Yay!
Alrighty. Talk to you guys later.
Have fun at Disney.
Bye bye.
That was interesting. Reporting live from the theme park in California. So,
Indeed.
I think that's a first. So, hi, Chris.
In the I'm always 5 years behind my time, so I'm only now just getting into Downton Abbey. It's like, oh, okay, that thing that ended 5 years ago. It's like, that's always my new thing. It's like, hey, have you heard this new show, Jerry Seinfeld? So now all of a sudden we've been watching Downton Abbey, and she's seen it all already, but I've never. Oh, it's that thing. I'm not interested in that. And all of a sudden it's like, must watch.
Yeah, that happens to me periodically. I catch up on something that everyone else has already seen, but
yeah, indeed, it's like, oh, and when it's usually, it's like when it's so dry and it's not my thing. It's like, I like British stuff, but I like wacky British things, but usually the dry stuff, it's like, oh god, oh boy. It's like the comedian Bill Bailey said, Moss was growing on a butler in real time, that kind of. So, but yeah, so that's why I kept hearing my phone going blum, 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 and I went, oh, it's not. I gotta go. FuMPCast. So, oh my gosh. So yeah,
it's funny.
I'm here.
We started the show late tonight because I had to go to a concert at my kid's school, and every time we go to a concert at the kid's school, it ends like a little before 9 usually, and like if I rush home and like jump on the computer, we can make it, but like we got to meet up with the kid, and then the other one is at swim, and I got to go to the Y and pick him up, and I'm like, let's just push the show back an hour. Well, because of COVID, they didn't do the full show that they normally do. They normally do the chorus and then a band and then a combined set. They only did the chorus and then the band, and then it was out. We were done. We were home by like 7:45, and I was like, oh, we totally could have done I'm like, oh well.
I was shoveling food in my face at that point, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. So, yeah.
But no, it worked out because I was able to do some recording for Shoebox that I needed to do. So, so I got some extra time in.
That was always the big night, like those 2 or 3 nights of the school year were always the big night for me, was the school concert. As a music-oriented person, it always led to that, because it was like for the other reason too, that the winter concert, I mean, it's reaching a point musically, but it's also, that means a Christmas vacation is coming in a couple of days. So it's like, yeah. And then, of course, the end of the year concert, that means it's almost summer vacation. But also for me, it was important because of band, and in later years, chorus and stage band, jazz ensemble too. Those are, get the tie. I get my dad to put my tie on, and that kind of thing. So those are always massively, massively important nights to me. The Regents math final exam, who cares? But Pop's concert in February, yeah. Chorus line and Chick Corea medleys. It's like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, this was actually a combined band because this wasn't like the normal high school band where Connor plays drums. This was like, it's a regional band, so it's got band members from like all the surrounding towns together, and Connor's playing baritone sax in this, and this is the first time I've seen him play baritone sax, so that was neat. So, because it was funny, I'm looking at the program and I'm looking at the percussion, and I'm like, I don't see his name. Why don't I see his name? And then I look over here and I'm like, oh, baritone sax. That's why he's been playing that in the house. Okay.
Oh, we got another funky doctor on our hands.
Yes. Oh, dude, you should see him on the bass. He can slap pretty good.
Well, Yeah, but the Funky Doctor was baritone sax guy in Tower of Power. Steve Doc Kupka. Like, you know, he wrote the book on funky baritone sax. You know, that kind of thing. But yeah. Well, that's great, man. Triple threat. So
yeah, like over Christmas when I got Jeremy the guitar, Connor brought up my bass, and it was just, and you know, I was doing something else, and all of a sudden I hear the Nirvana riff perfectly, just going, and I looked over, and he's just, you know, hitting it perfect, and I was like, I'm impressed.
So they came as they were, did they? That's good.
They did,
good, yeah.
yes. They came as they were, and then they went.
And
then they came back, and nobody wanted them back.
And they bloomed. They were in bloom with their musical talents. Were in bloom. Ha 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 ha.
Anyway. I'm unbelievably tired. Oh my God. So yeah, it's
the Slap Happy FuMPCast. Welcome.
Oh, you have no idea. Well, no, you do have a bit of an idea.
I do have an idea.
Like, is the other half of Salad among us too?
He is.
I am right here. I am right here.
Yes. Okay.
I was just having flashbacks to my own musical assemblies where I would play in the flute and way back, you know, the 47th seat, and there was only 44 people in the flutes, but I made it.
Yeah, but the thing is but then, you know, you got to be on an alternative indie cassette playing flute.
That is true. So it all paid off. Somewhere Mr. Let's see, what was his? Mr. Crane was probably, gushing with pride.
Yeah, man. It's subversive music. Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are interesting times. But
that's every band kid's dream, right? Is to end up on one of those tapes.
Yes.
I don't know about dream, but grim eventual reality sometimes, maybe. I don't know. It depends on the instrument I get. Oh, gosh.
One funny band story, and then, which I can't remember if I've already told this story or not, and then we'll move on to the song. My 8th grade concert, I played trumpet. And I think we even have this on tape, because I know we have that concert on tape. I think that's when it happened, was 8th grade. We're playing some song that we've played 100 times, practiced, but, you know, now we're playing it for real in front of the crowd. And the entire band, except for like 3 people, all lost their place at the same time. And everybody had the same thought. I remember thinking this, I'm like, all right, I'll just stop at the next measure, and whichever way we go, because we didn't know which way we were going to the coda or whatever the other one was, and I was like, I'll just pick up there when the rest of the band picks up, and everybody stopped. Except for like 3 people who kept going because they knew where we were, and then they stopped because they were like, are we wrong? And the conductor's like, what happened? And he's like, okay, then he goes, 46! And we all went back to measure 46, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just kept going.
We'll edit it in post.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was like the entire orchestra lost our place at the same time. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow. You ever have it happen when one of the suspended cymbal falls off the stand in the middle of the quiet part?
Yeah. Crash,
Thank
clang,
you.
clang.
Tip your waitstaff, tip your principal,
Oh,
tip anybody.
super horse.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, gee whiz, you know. Oh, God.
All right, so you guys posted a song.
We did? Oh, we did, yeah.
You did. I promise you did, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Give us a quick intro. We'll give it a listen.
Take it away.
Well, I just was thinking about all the artists who are selling their music catalogs, and just kind of took it from there, and just what would be the worst case scenario for a band had they sold their catalog and the corporation which had it just decided to go nuts with it. So that was kind of like the premise. And I threw it to Chris, and I had about 14 versions. And then I said, what about if this would be something like on the band's first album? And that kind of, I think, lit a fire, and that's what we got.
And it's called Why Did I Ever Sell My Music Catalog?
Here it is.
I was gonna sell my music catalog to a big, big corporation. But before I'd ever sign a deal, I had some stipulations. I said I don't want to see my songs in ads. That's my one and only demand. And they said, you ain't got to worry. We're gonna protect your brand. And they have stayed good to their word. My songs are not in ads. Instead, they're doing lots of stuff that's equally as bad. They gave my tunes to First Alert. Didn't think they'd do much harm. But I left the French fries on the stove, and the song came out of their smoke alarm. Why did I sell my music catalog, I wonder? So some corporate monolith could plunder. They made my song a smoke alarm, an ingredient in chicken parm. Why did I ever sell my catalog? They lent some songs to a drug lab. Wasn't sure what they would do with them. What a low blow. They took my solo to formulate a new improved etc. PM. They licensed music to Fabrice, who turned them into cents. My songs will keep your bathroom fresh, which wasn't my intent. These songs are like my children, and I'm feeling like a jerk. If anyone, it should be me who's putting them to work. They licensed my singles to the Air Force, which planned to drop them from their fighter planes. They gave the B-sides free to the enemy until the UN said that that was inhumane. Why did I sell my music catalog, I wonder? So some corporate monolith could plunder. Perhaps it was the compensation provided by said corporation. I know why I sold my catalog. Yep, that was it. So many zeros. Sold my catalog. What, they want to inject my songs into mulch? Go for it. Sold my catalog. A musical greeting card celebrating National Upholstery Month? Yeah. Sold my catalog. Making the new sound when your credit card's rejected? Love it.
I love how surreal this song is.
I'll give you surreal. I'll give you surreal right now. As that was playing, I looked over at my Facebook feed on another screen, and Dale from Suffolk and Good and BS de Resistance replied to a Robbie Robertson post about Dylan painting the cover of Music from Big Pink. So there you go. There's another one of those things going on. It's like cosmic. So Robbie Robertson says, what's your favorite song from Music from Big Pink? And of course I responded with, it's this one. Why did I ever sell my music catalog? I just posted that about 30 seconds ago.
Nice. Ah! Yeah, we actually moved your song up in the schedule because of who was it? Bob Dylan sold his music catalog?
Yeah.
Just recently.
And actually the weight is part of the what was sold.
The what?
He owns I guess he owns the rights to the weight.
Well, it's a good thing that's what I had in my head when, there's a synergy right there. It's all, everything just works right out just perfectly. Yeah.
See, I would love it if when my credit card was declined, it would play something like I said in the comments. I wanted to hear Luke as Gilbert go no, and then if it's approved, I want to hear you as the tile guy go okay. Just like the FuMP game show that we do.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think so. And the other thing was too is that again that's something that's like, what am I going to do with it? And then when Craig said, maybe the early band, I'm like, oh, well, that's something that I know, I understand, and I can, we want you to sound like Terrence Trent D'Arby. I'm like, well, who, what, But the band, music from Big Pink, it's like, oh, that I can do. I had just listened to it about 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Oh, I mean, you took version. I mean, it was not like a straight the weight. You just took like the whole essence of the band and turned it into the song.
Tried to give it that neo folky, not world music, but I was never a fan of the band ever, to be honest, but I do understand their impact and the impact that they had, along with that whole upstate New York community there, Dylan up in Woodstock and Saugerties and all that stuff. And wow. Well, later on Bearsville Records too, with Todd Rundgren and all that. But it's really something how they changed it. And that kind of stuff, especially in 1968, just was not happening anywhere. They almost like created a whole new music, and that thus making it kind of easy to pick out the aspects of it. What are the aspects? It's that, it's that kind of folky piano with the gospely organ on the top of it, between Richard Manuel and Garth Hudson doing the stuff they do. And then, Levon Helms type of singing that he used to do and all that. So yeah, it was kind of neat to be able to bring those elements together.
That's cool. Yeah, you did a fantastic job with the music, as always. It's like, yeah, you always do a good job with the music. Yeah.
But then there's Vampire Book Club, which if I could have done over, I would have. I could have done better on that one, but that's many years. That's 10 years ago. Do you realize?
Is it?
I don't even want to think about how many years ago that was.
Was that on the FuMP? That's not on the FuMP, right?
No, it's on the Love with a Side of Fries album. Which
right,
the artwork.
Yeah. Was that 10 years ago I did that artwork?
That was 10 years.
God.
It's like, what?
I don't know what's happening on Twitch, but there's a hype train going on, and we're up to 81% with like 2 minutes left. I don't know what that means, but it's neat. There's all these animations happening in the Twitch chat. So thank you to whoever's taking part in the hype train. I don't know what this is, but I like it.
People all over Twitch, join things, start a hype train. Hype train.
All right, we just hit 100%. We hit 100%.
Yeah, Salad did something stupid. Yeah.
Wildcard converted from a Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you, Wildcard. And Wildcard gifted a Tier 1 sub to Brett Glass. It's their first gift sub in the channel. Level 1 complete. Thank you, Wildcard. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay, then. Fantastic. I don't know what's
on
going
to level 2 of the hype train. I wonder how high this goes. There's only 10 people watching. I don't know how much we can do with just 10 people.
That's right, yeah! Oh, yeah. Thou hast me.
Yeah, I really got to learn all the ins and outs of this Twitch thing.
I don't even know what a Wordle is.
My wife plays it. I don't either. I just...
Stupid, wasteful Facebook Wordle. Stupid, wasteful Facebook Wordle. Data mining stuff. Dirty scammers. No. I'm freestyling, and I'm really tired, and I'm going on. going off my nut here. So, woo! I don't know. Should I announce it?
Announce what?
I guess my big news.
If it's up to you.
Okay, for the 3 people or the 10 people who are watching on the Twitch or whatever, I'm moving. Yay. Yay. Eventually, I'm moving, but Mrs. Salad is moving tomorrow morning. I will be relocating from the MAGA hell of Texas here to back up to where my roots are, back up in Akron, Ohio. Back in the day. Yeah, yes, exactly. Dated reference or inside joke. Inside joke warning. Inside joke warning. We did a sketch years ago where a Led Zeppelin tribute band, every time they say the word Akron, the crowd goes like that. Are you ready to scream your lungs out at the name of our city, even if it's said in disdain? So all through that episode, every time we said the word Akron, we dubbed in the same crowd effect. So, anyway.
Nice.
So, yes. Mrs. Salad got a new job in a space of 6 days. 6 days from the headhunter phone call to the job offer. 6 days. Life around here was like, like that. I've had both extremes in the last 2 weeks. Talk about everything getting turned upside down. Absolutely, as the kid in the movie said, knocking butts. So, we're driving through this lovely winter storm for the next 2 days to Akron, Ohio. And Mrs. Salad starts a new job Monday, and then I start going up and back and forth, tearing out the lovely studio Spumoni, which is breaking my heart to have to leave this behind, but I'll eventually be building a bigger and better studio up in Akron, Ohio, and that's what's going on. So ain't going to be no more Texas Chris.
Is there any way you can take parts of the studio with you, or?
Well, the parts that make the difference are the walls, ceiling, and floors, and I kind of can't, that's what makes it what it is. But, I mean, I suppose I can take all the wall treatments off. They're just, they're little 1x2 frames with Tom Rockwell stuck in the back of them. And, I could probably do that and have them at the ready, but I will still need to build a new room wherever it is that we do end up. We got no house. We got no nothing. But I got a lot of friends, and Craig is in the Akron area, so still have a lot of college friends from up there and musician colleagues. So,
and I'll be in the area for Con on the Cob in October. So,
yeah, exactly. So I'll likely see you there for that thing, following the other thingy that's happening in March. And so actually, from MarsCon, I have no idea if I'm coming from Houston or from Akron. And but that's what's going on. That's the big salad news, so to speak.
I imagine Akron's closer, right? If my geography isn't too far off.
Yes.
Oh, it's closer to everything than I am now, believe me. It's closer to anything that's worthwhile. Well, a few Texans, I understand. I'm relatively close to Sea Monkey, but that's still, it's Texas, it's still 4.5 hours. I'm going to see if I can get together with him once before I leave. But, we were going to work on some Booble stuff, but COVID, so we kept doing it remotely and all that. But, Akron is about 8 hours from Chicago. I don't know how far from Minneapolis, but I will be going to Chicago in April for other reasons, so that's groovy. But that's the big salad announcement that I was vague booking about earlier today, and I'll probably unvague it tomorrow in a post. But we'll be moving eventually. But Mrs. Salad we're leaving tomorrow morning early for Ohio and starting over back where we. And the funny thing is, this is a firm that she tried to get a job at 35 years ago when we were first together. And no, we're sorry, we need no entry-level engineers. Now, all of a sudden, hey, I have a job opening for you at this firm in Ohio. It's called Akron. Oh, where we went to school. What do you know? And now this time the firm is like, yeah. How much can we pay you? So it's like.
So this move you're doing would count as a sassy authority move.
I take it that was the title of this. Yes.
That was, yes.
I've got to tell you, her exit interview today was definitely a sassy authority move. She done told it like it was.
You suck. I'm leaving. I'm out.
Mrs. Salad out. Here's a microphone. Oh, okay. Anyway. So anyway, I've babbled on enough. Yes, it's a new song. It's about lots of money from really the polar opposite end of our situation, isn't it?
I wonder how much I can sell my entire catalog for. Like,
damn it, dog! I'll take a burrito.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. As like a Big Mac,
We'll take
maybe.
crypto. We don't care.
Yes.
All right. So, anything you guys would like to plug? Is there anything you guys would like to plug?
Yes. Yes. Craig has written a book.
Yes. I have a book. It's one of the things I do is I write a cartoon for an Akron newspaper called the West Side Leader, and I've done it since like 1984. But I put together in December. I had loads of time, so I put together all my cartoons, my favorite cartoons, into a book called A Sketchy History of Akron. Here it is, and a whole lot of cartoons. But I don't want to. They're not all about Akron. There's stuff about Canton, Norton, North Canton, but still, it's something where they're mostly just, takes on whatever was going on in Akron at the time. And if you're from Akron, I think you would appreciate it. I would not recommend it if you are,
from Fort Lauderdale.
But they're mostly just they're not really serious cartoons. There are a lot of puns, a lot of goofy stuff, a lot of stuff which isn't about Akron, which is just stuff I wanted to make jokes about. So I'm very happy to have it in a book. It's available on Amazon. And if you do want a copy, I would be happy to autograph one and draw a little cartoon, which is not... I'm no Kyle as far as cartoons, but I can at least draw something which almost resembles a human.
How about a beaver?
They look like birds mostly.
How about a beaver with a sailor's hat?
Yes, I managed that once. Yes.
That's a specialty. That is a specialty.
Yes.
So, A Sketchy History of Akron by Craig A. Marks, and it's on Amazon and stuff. And yeah, you should get that because I have one. I bought one too, and it's funny. And even though I haven't been in Akron in a long time, I'm coming back to Akron, you see. And so
now you know what you'll sound like you've been here for the last 20 years.
Absolutely.
I'm going back to Akron. I'm going back to Akron. I don't think so. No.
Oh man. So yeah, Craig's written a book. And yeah, plugging things. I wish I had remembered to bring them in here so I could show them to the camera because they're groovy, but I screwed up. Sorry. But the Suffolk and Good Players have a vinyl lathe cut 45 out. It is clear vinyl, heavy, and with a full color picture sleeve. It's on our Bandcamp page, which is sagplayers.bandcamp.com. For Suffolk and Good, or say it fast and you get it. It's a pun. But yeah, 2 tunes from the My Friend Lisa podcast. The Scary Go Round, which was just on the Dr. Demento show, about kind of getting off of antisocial media. And I think that was played here on the FuMPCast a little while back. Mm-hmm. And the flip side is Mr. Confidence Man, which is an ELO sort of pastiche about imposter syndrome, and Dale sings lead on that one. And I kind of did Jeff Lynne is a one-man ELO now, pretty much himself anyway. So I've just done a one-man Jeff Lynne, if you will. But
It's very groovy.
Oh, yeah. It was fun doing it. So that is on the Bandcamp site, and of course, the Tambourine People album is now out on vinyl. It's here. It's real. It's heavy. It's gorgeous, and I'm told Dr. Demento loves it.
He gave it very high praise on last week's show.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Oh yeah. Oh whoa.
For those who didn't hear the show, he said I've listened to this album every day this week for enjoyment, and I was like, this is coming from a guy who has hundreds of thousands of records to choose from that he can listen to, and he played this one every day this week. I'm like, that's praise from Caesar right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a little like,
By the way,
and as far as Tambourine People goes too, look for it pretty soon. We're going to be available through the CDs anyway, are going to be available through a our pop music catalog called Cool Cat Records with K's in it. It's not there yet, but we're going to be getting a distribution thing going and a promotion thing going with them, and they're going to have our album in their catalog and kind of in their network, as it were. And finally, the Tambourine People are going to be performing live at the International Pop Overthrow Festival, pop music festival in Chicago over the last week or so of April. We haven't been given our slot yet, but we're actually going to get together a live show and do some tunes from the Tambourine Love album and another great tune from the 60s that I've arranged for us, and another sunshiny, poppy, beautiful, vibey sort of thing. And we're going to do that live on probably in a club, my understanding. I guess it'll be like a rock club kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to it. That's internationalpopoverthrow.com, and you should check it out because, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. You seem to be onto something with this non-funny music. It's almost like people like serious music better than they like funny music. Like.
Oh, you think? Hey! The thing is, it's stuff I didn't know I had in me. It's just I didn't realize I could write stuff like that. That's kind of some of it is a little mournful, to be honest with you. A couple of the tracks are a little bit on the mournful side, or the wistfully disappointed kind of side of melancholy. But I thought all I would do it, but it was really nice to be able to do some other things. But yeah, it's been really gratifying to see the response that it's gotten so far, because as I said, it was just a project to keep me going kind of and get out of some doldrums 2 years ago in the depths of winter and all that stuff. And then doing February album writing month, it turned out to be like, huh? What? Where'd that come from? Great. And people like it. And it's been real nice. So, but onward to Akron. Let's hear it for Akron.
Cool.
And, of course, I'll be between Houston and Akron a lot over the next couple of months. So I'll still be here for the next time something's going on. But we'll see you all at MarsCon, hopefully. Come on up and see all the funny things. And we'll be seeing you soon.
Yep. All right, so we're going to move on to the news. Are you guys going to stick around, or are you taking off?
I probably need to get horizontal.
Okay.
So you're left all to it?
I can finish the show myself. The second interview is pre-recorded. I'm good.
All righty then. Well, Craig, I'll be talking to you.
So I might go watch Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Teaspoon.
Damn it! Now I got to go watch Downton Abbey.
Mr. Bates.
Bouillon spoon. Bouillon spoon. Rather. Hello.
All right. Well, everybody stay FuMPy. And Craig, I'll be talking to you soon. And Devo, thanks for everything. And we'll see y'all. See y'all, guys.
All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. We'll catch you next time.
No better time to get on the highways and byways of America than when there's a massive ice storm happening, huh?
Oh, and right here, yes. You if you forgot what snow looks like, you'll remember.
I have a lemon tree. Let's put it that way. Well, not for long, evidently, but I have a lemon tree. You know what I'm saying? I'm trading that for snowshoes, but it's okay.
I have birds banging on the window asking for suet.
Yeah. Roger McGuinn, David Crosby, and no, wrong birds. Anyway, speaking of 60s music. All right, salad out and other salad out, and everybody stay FuMPy and all. We'll see you soon.
All right, take care, guys. Later.
Bye now.
This is the FuMP.
Hello, Sydney.
Again?
Do you like scary movies?
Screw you.
Well, then.
I'm the final girl in this horror world. Not in plastic or a casket. Chase me if you dare. Come at me, I don't care. Strong impatience, your frustration.
Got my mask in. Let's start slashing.
I'm the final girl.
Toy, came to claim joy. You wanna play coy with my Game Boy? Jedi Knight toy, Rainbow Bright toy, Ghostbuster Fright toy, go fly a kite toy. Got a toy Green Beret, a toy Puppy Stray, a toy Bob and Jay. He-Man saves the day. Hey, I just came to play. Got this toy speaking Spanish. Os like el rescate. Hear my Furby speak to you.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. TheFUMP.com.
And my first name is Spam.
Call from Spam Risk.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, Carla Ulbrich's new album, GoFundMe, has reached its goal. She is currently at $2,318 of her $2,200 goal to cover the production cost of her new album, Twang. She has 10 days left on the campaign, so if you head over to GoFundMe.com, you can pre-order this new album. In other news, a company called HitPiece has been attempting to sell NFTs of music without the artist's consent, including a whole bunch of FuMP artists. And Needlejuice Records were the people who actually blew the lid off of this story. So they're getting some good press out of this. It turns out that it wasn't that they were targeting the FuMP artists. It was that they were using Spotify's API to just pull down everybody who's on Spotify. Their site has since been taken down as hundreds of artists took to Twitter to complain and threaten legal action. So this is a developing story, and I'm keeping tabs on it because my stuff was up there apparently. So I'm curious how this is all gonna play out. One guy who said he's a copyright attorney said that this company is going to be sued into oblivion. So I suspect that's how it's going to play out, but we'll see. Tomorrow, the 4th, is Bandcamp Friday. They are waiving their fees once again, so if you would like to support your favorite artist on Bandcamp, tomorrow is a good day. Luke gave us the news on MarsCon that the Knuckleheads have unfortunately had to cancel. But TV's Kyle and Linzilla will be filling in as guest of honor. Also appearing Devo Spice, Insane Ian, Power Salad, Il Nage, Meow Meme, Versatile Fluff, The Great Luke Ski, and we will also be hosting the 12th Annual Logan Awards for Excellence in Comedy Music. Visit MarsConComedy.com for information about this year's fundraiser album. It's 4 hours of music recorded at last year's virtual event for just $30. The current goal is $596.95. That may change depending on how things go. Pre-registration has closed, so if you're planning to attend MarsCon now, you will need to register at the door. MarsCon.org has information about the convention. MarsConComedy.com has information about the comedy music track. All right, that's it for news. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. On Tuesdays online, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On Thursdays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel. And coming up on the 6th, which is Sunday, on YouTube, the Consortium of Genius hosts Escape from the Secret Lab. And birthdays coming up on the 5th, Cliff B of 2D6, and coming up on the 9th, Killy Dwyer. So happy birthday, folks. All right, our second song this week is another one by Dead by 28. Here is Cheesy Love Song.
Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Yeah, I'd write it for you. So I'm writing this song. I probably should have written it a long, 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 long time ago. But I'm writing it now, and as Cheech Marin said in Ghostbusters 2, well, better late than never. Now I gotta find the words to express the feelings that I've been feeling for you and the way that I feel. Knowing you feel these feelings that I'm feeling too. Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Yeah, I'd write it for you. So I find it kinda hard to write you a song just because we have a special day to celebrate. But I'm writing you a song cause I need you to know just how much you really mean to me. And just like Sarah Connor, I know a storm is coming, but I know the storm will pass and we will get through it. Cause I know that we are strong like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every time I leave, I swear that I'll be back. Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do. But if I wrote a love song, you know that I would write it for you. Yeah, I'd write it for you.
Hey, wait, what happened? The music changed. Sounds all cheesy now. Oh man, am I supposed to get all mushy and emotional now? Yeah, not gonna happen. Nope, I ain't doing that. No, you know I don't like talking about my emotions. You know I don't like talking about my feelings. I don't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it. 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 I wrote a cheesy love song. Isn't that enough? Why you gotta make me talk about stuff? I wrote a cheesy love song. What more I gotta do? Please don't make me say it, babe. You know I love you. I wrote a cheesy love song. Come on, you know it's great. Let's just watch a movie and not communicate. I wrote a cheesy love song. Sorry, it's all I got. Can we talk about it after I smoke the pot?
I'm here with Dead by 28. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Pretty good. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having us again.
Thanks for coming on. So tell us about this cheesy love song.
Well, we would love to tell you, but I think we would rather have Sissy tell you, since he is yet to be on the show and he wrote this song. It was his first contribution musically to the band in the 20 years that he's been recording with us. He's written pretty much all the guitars, but this is the first song that he brought to the table. Hey, Sissy, get in here. What a diva.
Hello, I'm Sissy.
Hi, Sissy.
I wrote this song. Hi.
So what's it like writing for Dead by 28?
Well, this one was fun. I've never done it before. I always write the guitars. I like metal, if you couldn't tell. I like doing a lot of guitar solos. But this is my first song I bring. I don't... This is the one they finally let me write. I don't know.
All right, cool. So they didn't let you write anything before?
Well, no, it's really, I'm self-conscious about all the songs I write, and I never felt any of my songs were good enough to bring to the Dead by 28 table, but they kept yelling at me and saying, like, write a song already. So, like, I just here, ta-da.
Well, it's a good one. So your debut was well received.
Thank you so much.
So what's it like working with Sissy as a guitarist?
Well,
very interesting. Sissy is very, very metal. So this song being one of the least metal songs he's ever written, it's kind of ironic that that's the one he brought to the table when most of his other music is very, very metal.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Metal.
Well,
this one's more.
It's appropriate because it's a cheesy love song. You don't want to do too much. You don't hear Cannibal Corpse doing love songs, very often. So
No, not really. Yeah, when he brought the music to us, I was like, well, this sounds like a cheesy love song. So I was like, that sounds like a good idea to write a song about.
And then when we asked him to write a metal solo for it, he was like, you know what? I ain't got nothing. So then Disman over here decided to wing it lyrically and vocally, and the guitar solo is just vocal guitar, air guitar, whatever you want to call it, but it's not real guitar.
I don't know. I've heard some songs that have done that and pulled it off well, so I wanted to try it.
It's the Beavis and Butthead thing, but on an actual song.
It seemed like a fun idea.
It is
very easy.
Have you tried doing like an entire song like that where when somebody's going somebody else is going boom 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 boom, or somebody else is like boom, 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 boom.
That's actually something I really would enjoy doing, but we've yet to do.
This is our first attempt at it. Here we didn't think if we could pull it off, but the solo didn't seem to come out too bad.
Like an a cappella metal band.
Yeah. I have thought about doing that, like dun 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 dun, and then someone else is.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Who can beatbox?
I can beatbox. You can get me involved in this.
Sounds awesome. Done.
I'm not as good as I was when I was 13, but I can still do it. So was this song written like for or about anybody in particular?
Well, it was for my wife. So yeah, it was about my wife. She, all wives who have a songwriter for a husband want their husband would like their husbands to write them songs, and I'm kind of a slacker in that aspect. And so when I was trying to write her a song, what came to mind was writing cheesy love songs isn't what I like to do, because I don't like writing cheesy love songs. So it was hard for me to do. So this is what came out. Is basically a joke, and she wasn't that happy about it.
The funny thing is that this was the last song we wrote for the album, and we didn't even intend to put it on the album, but it came together so quickly that we ended up throwing it on at the very end, and it worked well with everything else that we had done up until that time. But it's the only song on the album that doesn't have pretty much any programmed drums whatsoever, because we threw it right to our studio drummer and had him record with the guitars, and next thing we know, we had this song that sounded just a tad different from everything else, but seemed to work with the rest of the concept of the album.
And I think it's hilarious.
It is. It's a great song.
I love it.
And we put less time into this song than anything else that we put on that CD as well.
That's true. That's true.
Say that again. My headphones cut out.
Oh, it's all right. We put less time in the studio and recording than any other song that we've done on that album.
Sometimes those are the best ones. The first song I ever got played on the Dr. Demento show, we conceived it at like 10 o'clock at night at this event, wrote like half the song right there off the top of our heads and just kept saying it to remember. This was pre-cell phone or anything. And the next morning I finished writing it, and then I did the music, and by like 11 or 12 noon, we had a song, and we sent it off to Dr. Demento, and he loved it.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
And then after that, you're probably trying to chase that dragon for eternity. What do we got to do? Am I putting too much effort to get into the Dr. Demento show or not enough?
Yeah, I've kind of realized I'm putting too much effort into my music in general. I'm just going to start doing like terrible music and, putting out like an album a week and just, throwing stuff out there. Yeah.
Understand that.
Cool. So what are you guys' plans for the future?
Oh, well, we have a single coming out. What is it, next week?
Yeah, next Friday we have our cover of NoFX's Hot Dog in a Hallway, which is a funny love song about having a overweight girlfriend. So we think that was appropriate for the Valentine's Day season. Other than that, we're going to be on a movie soundtrack in March for a movie called 14 Ghosts.
Nice.
And,
Is that a sequel to 13 Ghosts or is it unrelated?
No, it's unrelated.
They've jokingly said it's a sequel, but I think it's completely unrelated from what we've been told anyways.
Yeah.
So is it a parody of 13 Ghosts?
It seems like that. We have yet to see it. We were brought in by a couple other bands that were on the soundtrack, and it was about a year ago that we first were brought into the soundtrack. They wanted our song Zomboogie, which is now almost 2 years old. So that's going to be the song on the soundtrack, and hopefully the movie is just as fun as the group of people that we've gotten to work with around the soundtrack.
Nice. Do you know when the movie's coming out?
I'm assuming sometime in March. We haven't gotten any solid details. Just this week, we got the information that the soundtrack was coming out in March. I can't imagine that the soundtrack's going to come out that far in advance of the movie, though.
Okay. Yeah. I will keep an eye out for that one. That sounds interesting. As a fan of horror and comedy and the, bastardized combination of both, I would love to see this.
That's my favorite kind of horror.
It's by James Balsamo, and he's got a reputation of doing a lot of like B-movie type stuff.
Nice. So okay.
I think it'll be a good match for our music anyways.
Have you seen the trailers for Studio 666?
I have.
Was that
with
the
Foo Fighters?
Yeah, the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters fan as it is. So even if I wasn't a horror fan, I would have checked it out. That looks fun as well.
That looks amazing. I went to see Scream the other night, and I've known nothing about Studio 666 before the trailer came on screen, and I was like, I'm there. That's for me.
You get to see it in the theater. That's amazing. I just saw it on the little computer screen. So
yeah, it looks great. All right. So do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
Just those two things, really. Yeah, we're working on new music, but nothing's set in stone. We hope to get some more stuff on the FuMP. We're working on some parodies that you may have heard about.
Yeah.
And a couple of original comedy songs as well. So our goal is to kind of keep in this rotation and hopefully provide some entertainment for your viewers and the fans of the FuMP.
All right. Looking forward to it. Well, thank you for coming on. And we look forward to what you send us in the future.
Yep.
Awesome talking to you. Have a great day.
You too.
See you later.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback.
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 Lee, let's sing a song about Lee, let's sing a song about
Lee, you're testing my ADD.
Eclectic Lee wrote, Fumpers, regarding Chris's hand on the FuMP Volume 90 cover, hey, that may be the only time one of the hands of Chris Mezzalesta and his hands gets top billing. Thank you, Lee. And
Wacky Ben.
Wacky Ben wrote, you think any comedy songs will still be available on Spotify due to the boycott involving Joe Rogan's show? I don't think a lot of people are removing their music from Spotify yet. I know Neil Young did, and a couple other artists did. I know at least one podcaster has removed her podcast from Spotify. But it's making a lot of noise, but I don't think a lot of artists are actually removing their music. As little as Spotify pays, it does make a difference in royalties that, every month. So I'm just kind of taking a wait and see approach to see how this all plays out. I know Spotify's kind of backed themselves into a wall because they were the ones who they paid for like exclusive rights to Joe Rogan's show. It's not just like he's a podcast who's on the platform. It's like they paid him to be on the show. So that puts them in a uniquely bad position for this particular controversy. But I'm going to wait it out for a little bit and see how things go before I make any decisions about it. And that is it for the feedback. So
teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job. Yeah.
Teasing. Tomorrow's song is by Lauren Mayer. And
Tuesday's song is not yet posted.
So we'll have to see what happens with that. Next week's Spotify playlist topic is songs about penises. Because oddly, we have 2 of them on the FuMP Volume 90. And I wanted to try to plug that. So, songs about penis. Speaking of the Spotify playlist, if anyone happened to write down the songs from the playlist that was posted on January 20th, let me know. Because I apparently forgot to write those songs down. So I don't have a copy. Not that it's a huge deal, but I have like all the rest of them, and I'd like to keep the list. So, Power Salad is at powersalad.com. Dead by 28 is at deadby28.com. And that's it. I will see you folks next week. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice. Luke is off in Disneyland, and Power Salad was here.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Shout it to random people on the street. And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
I was at Disney World. Yay!